What it do, fellas? So I'm gonna tell you, let her go. And let me not be too loud, but I want to make this so clear and as loud as possible for you guys to understand it. Don't let this go in your ear and come out and end up being, you know, something that just goes over your head, where you don't get the concept of you're letting her go to improve yourself. You're letting her go to become better in your life. Listen, fellas, the longer you spend more time trying together, the longer you're invested and so lost in this mix, so lost in pleasing her, so lost in the the purr, y'all just want a dose of it or want to feel. And some of you guys, the extra simp, y'all want more. You want commitment, you want long-term, but y'all are just so lost in trying to get that when you should just let her go and get the results of getting her at the end. Now, if she's a hoe, who's trying to save somebody out here? It's not your duty. It's not your job. So don't let it happen. Don't get lost losing yourself trying to find her and you have no favorite word. And I was going to say words, but favorite word right now, control. Where you have no control over your feelings, your life. Are you powerful? No strength? Like, fellas, before I really jump into it, give this video a big thumbs up, but there's just no other way around it. If you want a wife, if you want commitment, if you want long-term, there's no way around it, okay? So before I really get deep into it, did you like this video? Thanks. I'm gonna act like you guys didn't yet. And for the ones that didn't, please go ahead, okay? Thank y'all. So I have other things. Check it out. Links down below. So letting her go, to start off slow for you guys, it's gonna come down to you're gonna get her at the end. And it's also me kind of talking to you guys in like a form of you understanding that you don't have nothing to be worried about. So if we start simple and we have this woman basically gone out of your life because you finally let her go, when she comes back, and chances are she could actually come back, you're not even gonna want her back. You understood why you let her go to begin with. So for your sake, when you are so worried or you're holding on so much to this woman, when you're really just holding on to nothing, you're not holding on to commitment. And I could keep going. I don't even want to do my listing right now, but I could keep going. You guys just think of what is it that you're holding on to that you're trying to get out of her. So I just said commitment. What is it for you guys? Instead of me, you know, listing commitment, trust, what is it for you guys? So instead of the commitment or whatever you're seeking so much, instead of you trying to invest so much into it and thinking that it's going to you're going to get it in return, it's not going to happen. So the higher chances for absolutely every single fella out here is to be more about you, to be more invested, to fill up your pockets, your bag, and success is gonna ultimately get you what you want in life. And that's back to women. That's what you guys simply want. But letting her go is not to get her at the end. With no contact, it's not to get her at the end, but it's all what you fellas start making it to be. And I really refer back to like alpha males, sigmas a lot, because they are obviously more on track with what they should do or what women are feeling or what's the next moves, and really understanding women's nature and game and everything, right? And the emotions that really can have you guys in control. So I refer back to them because they really get it. And with them, they will do certain things that a lot of you fellas will do but can't do it long term, and you guys will do instead with your feelings, and they still will get better results when they just shifted 1-2 things. So it's almost like taking the alpha title, the sigma title, and throwing it on yourself to end up becoming or being just as valuable or being as much as her feeling you the same way she would feel him. So in other words, for that woman, she's coming back. She's going to end up coming back. When you let her go, obviously, when I talk about being a high value man, I really want to get into it, but I say it so much, right? Thanks for all the people that always watch, because I know you guys probably hear the same or a lot of things over and over. I'm sorry. But there's stuff we always got to elaborate on. Backtrack though. You put yourself in those categories just as those guys, but your movements are wrong. Your movements are different. So the same way she comes back to the same guy that just shifted that simple thing, but he ends up being high value, being alpha, being sigma to her eyes. It happens. It could happen for you guys. But y'all literally will instead be so stressed about, I have to make sure that no matter what, you know, I'm going to say the names. Jocelyn, Nicole. I like Nicole. I like that name. Well, I like the name. I don't know why I always say it, but I like the name. Nicole seems cool. Brittany, Josie, Jaylena. There's so many names. Brittany. We can do simple. Lonnie, Lon. There's so many women out here that she's gonna come back. Lonnie's gonna come back. Brittany has to come back. But it's like you have the status, and now we're shifting to what's realistic, really realistic in the modern day. You have the status, you have the money, you have basically what you are capable of. And I said it loud and clear because I tried to stress to you guys how much you could have it happen if it's not happening. So basically, you guys are so capable of doing these things, and you have these women, that woman that you want, Lonnie, Brittany, not coming back, not wanting you just because those simple things of, you know what, let her go so you can have her come back. You see, alpha, once again, if you're still not feeling me, alpha, basically one of the rudest of the rudest guys out here. Now, Sigma, fellas, I know Sigmas can be rude, and not that they're rude, but more so like they understand woman's nature just as much as an alpha. But I would say Sigmas, you know, they're more of like lone wolves type of vibe. And then when we refer to alpha, not that they like aren't lone wolves, but they definitely are more aggressive. I would say more rude, more harsh. I'm trying to find the perfect words to explain an alpha guy, but just think of aggressive. Think of, well, for me, masculine, you know. And I just gotta do this because it's not beating, but we think of pounding. We think of yeah, for females, that's kind of a different story. So for those guys, she just knows that he has it. Now, I'm referring back to you once again, but she knows he has the type of personality to keep her entertained somewhat. That's a key thing, but obviously it's not what keeps women attracted and coming back. So he has all the other things going on. But for this alpha guy, compared to you, he understands woman's nature where, you know what, you got to turn her down in that moment. You gotta, and you absolutely gotta put her in her place in a lot of moments where, you know what, she went and she disrespected you. She left. Now, I'm a heavy believer of, okay, you know what, don't even waste your time. But I'm also a heavy believer on, well, do you understand what's going on with her? So even if you do cut her off, sometimes y'all are still hurting in the process of letting her go. Sometimes you guys are feeling like, well, I let her go, but I still think about her so much, and eventually I'll get her. And so the difference, once again, with the alphas, she knows in her mind and never crosses that this alpha man is really, really that hurt. Or, you know what, he's really, really desperately waiting. And it's down to him being that type of guy that put it out there. But most importantly, it shows his actions, his feelings. And most importantly, when he let her go, he wasn't attached like the simps or the other beta guys out here that are simping, right? So it's like, basically, there's areas where you guys are showing so much weakness while you're with her, and then after, and also when you get back with her, or still are dealing with her after all that. And so if we take it back once more to a guy that understands a woman's nature, he's not putting up with this type of bullshit. But even if it's not that type of BS that he's not going to put up with her, guess what? She knows it. That's the importance of this video, for you to get that woman know what you're doing. They know what you're feeling. This whole kind of sneaking around, or, and I say sneaking around, like sneaking around with your feelings, or, you know what, keeping her in her life. And then you crack one time where, hey, she tells you, I miss you. And she just literally went 3 days without talking to you. And you say, I miss you too. So this whole cracking in moments where you're showing weakness, you're showing that you didn't officially, and you got to be real once again, you didn't let her go. And all those single moments, it shows the true you. But here's the thing, women kind of already get the vibe, they already know. But when we start from the beginning, they're doubting you. So it's like when you guys are in the negative, deeply in the negative, deep, you guys aren't deep in her, but you're deep in the negative with her, right? Modern day, once again, women have a lot of guys giving them attention. Even if you know you've been with her for a minute, a long time, there's other guys that are giving her what she's really wanting, whatever. But yeah, grass ain't greener on the other side. So regardless, it's like she has it over here, over there. But back to you, do you stand out where you could be different, where you let her go? You actually move on. You understand? I gotta say it like this. You understand that she's a hoe. So, moral of the story is, you're dealing with a woman that potentially, maybe, I'll try to be more nicer, maybe you'll never ever get back again. But the chances are there. And because the chances are there, you should try to take the risk of saving yourself at the end by letting her go. The consequences for the hoe can only come when you release her, you let go. Instead of wasting your time, and in other words, for a lot of people that still love to do this, they should have left this behind. You know, we're almost in 2023, so we gotta leave this one behind. But in other words, for all the other people, matching the energy. Nope, let's leave that behind. None of this matching the energy with her when you let her go, especially with women, not with your bros, your brother, you know, any male type of figure. It could happen, obviously, if they're more soft or emotional by nature or whatever. But when you go ahead and not even match your energy, but basically give them way less, much less, guess what, fellas? What's happening? Those times, and you guys might really not notice it, but those times, she's actually invested more into you. So you didn't match your energy by she's giving you less, you step back completely. I'm not gonna just give you less. I'm gonna step back completely. So you step back completely, you matched her energy, boom. What happens? She's thinking where you're at. What are you doing? Letting her go? What? How does that happen? And then obviously, like I mentioned, grass is not green on the other side. Y'all know I want to keep going, but we're almost at the end of the video. So with that all being said, she realizes it all in the process of you not matching her energy. So don't match her energy, but matter of fact, give her way less, because with women, y'all know, y'all know it's definitely more. When you give a little bit, it's a big a lot. And that doesn't even make sense. But hey, it doesn't make sense how she wants a big a lot. What's a big a lot, right? That's really not a thing. But what's a big a lot? She should be asking, you know, can you maybe do this, and then give you something, right? The effort is so low. The effort is really not there with a lot of women nowadays. And I'm so sorry. Once again, I have to be raw. We're really getting to the end, but it's showing so clear. And your desperation is getting so much louder with women. And fellas, I should really write this down right after the video, the desperation getting louder with women. But it's just down to your actions. Don't get driven by your feelings with women. Speak with your actions the same way you need her to actually speak with her actions in order for you to keep her around and not actually let her go. But hey, the chances are so low with that happening. So just speak with your actions by actually letting her go. See the results happen after you let her go. But then obviously stay true to yourself. And hopefully with letting her go, in that process, you learn something, right? The actions have to speak louder than words. And if it's not working out, you gotta let it go. Let it go. Also, the whole thing you got going on, not just her, but like entanglement type of stuff. Like what's going on, you gotta let it all go. Now, the results, even if you get the best of results, your outcome is really letting her go to release yourself. Now, I don't need to get too deep or emotional, but just to wrap up, finally, you want yourself to feel like you're not stressed and overwhelmed and holding yourself back from your success. And even if you don't realize it in the moment, you're going to see the difference after you let her go, that, wow, I have so much more potential, or I basically brought myself down to this level. And it still all falls back to you being invested into her, but her impacting your life. So don't let it have control. Let things flow in your life so naturally, And I say, like, when you match her energy, it's not going to flow so naturally, because it's like, well, this is not what you want. So once you back away, you'll start seeing, it start making sense that you have to step away completely instead of match energy. All right, fellas, so be very, very well. Be very, very aware, okay? Pay well attention. Let me say it like this. Pay well attention to what she says, but pay bigger attention to what she does and her actions. All right, so this is the end of this video. I really hope it was very informative. I really tried to give you everything that I could think of that I feel like would really, really help you guys. So I truly hope it was helpful today. And did you already like this video? Thank you. And if you haven't, please go ahead and do so. It helps your girl so much. And I do have a website. Check it out. Book with your girl. Check out my Patreons. Videos on there that you'll never see. And your girl does have 2 other channels. Bye, guys.